Last week's practice was more about feelings. How do you feel at 0? How do you feel at level 1? How do you feel at level 2? Back and forth, getting familiar with that. What I want you to focus on this time is I've broken down the chemical scale into half notches. 0, 0.5, 1, 1.52. So this just follows the chemical scale. If you want to do this with an actual drawing, a diagram, you can do the same notches along the chemical scale if you need that visual representation. I'm going to do a little walkthrough with you on my own, then you can do it on your own. You start with the 10. In my situation, I'm going to call a crash behaving in a frustrated way with my wife. I'm not going to give you any graphic detail on that. You can use your imagination. That's my crash. If you would please, in your own page, write down your crash. The fall, we're not really going to talk about because we never talk about it because we don't need to talk about it. It's just falling. Level 5 is referred to often as the give up moment. In my brain, when I behave in a frustrated way, I will have a thought. So we're trying to put thoughts here. That is something like, why do I even try? Then that just leaves me to a place where I can give up. Or like, I already have too much on my plate, don't feel like fighting about it. I will just cooperate with resentment. Just so you know, I don't actually have the thought, I will just cooperate with resentment. That's what I discovered while reflecting. The reason we're writing these things down is because you probably aren't aware of the thought you're having at each level, and we want to bring dark things to light. Level 4 is called the irrational conversation. So if I was trying to surface my own thoughts in this area, I would say probably something like, maybe she will back off if I just show a bad attitude. Yeah, that's a good thought. Do you see how when you write it down, you look at it, you go, that definitely is irrational. Yeah, good one. Using a bad attitude to communicate. There is no way I can like or enjoy the situation. Level 3 is the trigger / suggestion / invitation to do it wrong. I should just shut my mouth and tolerate what she asks for. Okay, that's an example. Notice when I started, I love people. My thoughts are creative, intuitive, and clear and edifying. My feelings are compassionate and empathetic. I love doing extra things for my wife. I like impressing her. I like going the extra mile. So how did I ever get from there to the point where I'm thinking, why do I even try? I already give too much. I'll just cooperate. This has been the core of my scientific work. I put down for my 0.5 earlier. I have worked hard all day. I'm getting tired. I'm already overwhelmed. I don't feel well. 2 is after I've gone through several satanic spins, so now I'm even more agitated. I will never get everything done. If anyone else asks me to do anything ever again, I will probably blow up and burst into flames. Okay, do you see how it's starting to get ridiculous? One of the ways you can tell that you're gliding down the chemical scale is your brain chemistry is really starting to mess with you, and your thoughts start to have words like everything, always, every time, catastrophic. They, in the textbooks, they will call this awfulizing or things like that, and they'll tell you that you're the one that's doing it. You're exaggerating your own pain. You're the one doing this. And every time I've interviewed someone, I've asked them, so at what point did you intentionally say, I'm probably going to burst into flames? Like, no, I don't have that thought. No, it just comes into my head. And I'm all, so let me guess, it just intrudes upon your thought process? Yeah. Does it fit the litmus test? Does it sound like it's coming from the Holy Ghost? Well, no. Does it sound like something you would think during a planning session? During a planning session, I would think, I'm probably going to burst into flames later today? No. Okay, is it destructive? Does it make things fall apart? Does it create some negativity? Then that thought is from Satan. What do we do about it? Before you can get really good at it, doing anything about it, you have to catch it. So I'm having you do some wax on, wax off exercises. I know that we all want to get there in Karate Kid and kick some butt and win the tournament and get the blue ribbon. Keep doing 0, 1, 2 feelings. Just keep going back and forth. So if you want to do this correctly, get a piece of paper out every day. This is called reflect discovery work in the DPAR, and fill in a blank chemical scale. Fill it in again and try to pull to your mind what goes on in your head when you're giving up on that situation, what goes on in your head when you're tempted to give up. Your level 4 is when you have the irrational conversation. You really want to get clear on what you're like at level 0. That's really important. You got to know what you're like when you're at your best, when you're at your sharpest, when you're thinking clearly, when you're edifying, because you got to have something to contrast it with. And then you go down to the 1 and the 2 and the 3, and the 3, the 2, the 1, the 0, the 0, the 1, the 2, the 3, the 3, the 2, the 1, the 0. We don't even have to study what happens after level 3. If you can catch Satan every time in the 1 and 2 zone, you'll beat him forever. So just do the exercise, and I'd like to hear from people next week on what this did to your brain.